Good morning. Today's mantra is a sutra from the Yoga Sutras. Sutras are mantras also, not just verses. So, from the second chapter, it is number 18. It's a different style of language, of course. It is not in verse form, so every sutra has its own number of syllables and rhythm, etc. Let us see. Om Prakasha Kriya Sthiti Shilam Prakasha Kriya Sthiti Shilam Bhutendriyatmakam Bhutendriyatmakam Bhogapavargartham Bhogapavargartham Drishyam Drishyam. I will show again. Prakasha Kriya Sthiti Shilam Prakasha Kriya Sthiti Shilam Bhutendriyatmakam Bhutendriyatmakam Bhogapavargartham Drishyam Bhogapavargartham Drishyam. Sutra actually means a thread, string or thread. So it is all threaded together, strung together. Every sutra is in a context, of course, and no need to repeat everything every time, but it is good to know a little bit context to make it faster. I can give you. This is number 18. Number 16 was Heyam Dukkham Anagatam. Future misery is to be avoided. I think we all agree. Then what is that suffering? Drashtri Drishyayoho Sanyogo Heya Hetu. The union between the seer and the seen is the cause of misery, and that cause, the false union, is to be avoided. We are not the things, we are not the body, we are not the thoughts or the mind. We are the seer, the witness. Purusha in Sanskrit. In the sutras it is called Purusha, which is I am. So, the union between the real self and the mechanism, the senses, mind, body included, that is, we are not that. The body belongs to us. The mind is our mind. We are not the mind. So, all of that has been said, and that is the context. Now, this particular sutra explains what is that drishyam, the seen, that is S-E-E-N. What is this universe made of, and what is its purpose, and how are we related to it? So let's begin. Prakasha, prakasha, it means light, illumination. Physically, yes, but especially mentally, that faculty in us which lights up everything, knowledge, kriya, kriya, another function, action, activity, movement, sthiti, sthiti, stability, stationary being. Sti and station is the same root meaning actually. Shilam, shilam, the character, the nature. So this drishyam is being defined. The drishyam is the whole perceptible universe, including everything in it. What is its nature? Shilam is nature here. The three gunas, as they are called. You cannot study yoga, philosophy, psychology, or Vedanta philosophy without encountering the gunas, the three forces that make up the total cosmic energy. Everything is made of these three gunas. So illumination and light and lightness also and goodness. Sattva is the common name. Sattva guna. Sattva means the essence of anything. Kriya from the root kri, to do, to be active. Activity, that's rajoguna. And everything that comes from it, restlessness and passion and all activities. And sthiti, stability, tamoguna, it goes down. Sattva goes up, it is light in both senses of the word. Kriya races around, that's rajoguna. And sthiti is stable, going down, heavy, dense also. Tamoguna, tamas means darkness. So light and activity and darkness, so many ways to say Shilam. That is the nature of the universe. You cannot find a thing. I can be sure about that. That's not got those three aspects to it. There isn't a single thought that is not either more sattva, sattvic, or more rajasic, or more tamasic. Ayurveda, the science of natural health from the ancient Sanskrit tradition, is based on the same thing, because you cannot avoid the three forces that balance each other ultimately. They fight with each other for dominance, light over dark, or dark over light, or activity, whatever. And they also balance and complement each other. Much philosophy about it, and psychology, and truth about it. So the whole universe is made of different balances of these gunas. Our Guru says sattva guna represents protonic energy in the atom. Rajoguna, kriya, rajasic energy or electronic energy. And sthiti represents neutronic energy, tamoguna. Further, how is this universe to be described, the whole thing? Bhutendriya. Bhuta and Indriya got together to make Bhutendriya. It's still two words in the compound, actually. Bhuta and Indriya. Bhutas are the elements. You have earth, water, fire, air, and space or ether. 5 elements with many sub-elements. Science, of course, has more than 100 elements, but these are basic that anybody can appreciate and feel. Solid state, liquid state, then comes heat and light, and then comes air and space. Space is the 5th element, or the 1st, depending on from where you come. Indriyas, so the senses also deal with those elements. Without our senses, we would not know what the universe is. So, light and the eyes, the vision are related. Touch is perceiving anything solid or not. Air is there. You can hear through space, and air carries sound also. Touch, you can feel the wind, but you can't see it. So all the elements are related to the senses in their own particular way. It's much literature and much to be studied about life. Without going there right now, Atmakam. Atma is the nature, the self of anything. Similar to Shilam here, Atmakam, of the nature of elements and senses that deal with them. What is the purpose of the whole drishyam? Artha is purpose, that word is in here. Bhoga, and in here is an apavarga. If I take the sandhi, it is called sandhi apart, it will be bhoga, apavarga, artham. Artham, for the purpose of bhoga, experience. And apavarga, liberation. The universe exists for the purpose of pure consciousness, which is called the I am. Yes, Purusha is the word in the Sutras. Atman is the word in other Vedantic texts. This Atmakam does not mean I am, it just means nature here, of the nature of. So Purusha is the I am, for the purpose of us. This is the statement here. Our real self, of course, not the ego. That would be calamity. The universe is here for us to experience it and be free. Experience, transcend, and have liberation. I love this statement. It gives some hope. We cannot run away from anything. The mind is in us, not around us. So where will you run? Guruji writes somewhere, you can divorce a wife and a husband, but you can never divorce your mind. It will still be sleeping with you completely. Dreams are mind as well. So therefore one has to experience it, and with the help of these teachings and meditation, of course, and the yogic practices, you will get stronger and don't need to run away anymore. Apavarga means absolution from everything, being absolved from everything, absolute freedom and liberation. So don't stop your journey till you experience that. That will be the highest experience. But let us see again once more. Prakasha kriya sthiti shilam bhutendriyatmakam bhoga pavargartham drishyam. Once more together. Prakasha kriya sthiti shilam bhutendriyatmakam bhoga pavargartham drishyam. One has to see the universe for what it is, and it is made up of these forces and elements and mechanisms, perceptual mechanisms. Let us see. Guru's translation here in our publication at Ananda Ashram. The scene, remember it is S-E-E-N, the scene, the sense-perceived universe, is composed of the 5 elements, bhutas, the 5 sense organs, indriyas, and the mind. It consists of the nature of cognitive vibration, prakasha, sattva guna, dynamic vibration, kriya or rajoguna, and inertia or balancing vibration, sthiti or tamoguna. And it exists for the purpose of providing experience and thus liberation for the seer. The seer is the witness of everything without taking part directly in anything. Our real self, our real I am, is the great self, not the small one. And it witnesses everything from inside and does not do anything really. The body, mind, senses, ego, they're the activity-oriented elements. So is the whole universe made of the same stuff. And we are beyond already. We could not attain liberation if the real self was not already free, but it needs to free itself from the layers of assumed identities. Identification with that which we are not is the cause of suffering. Whatever it is, we like to identify with the good stuff, and we hate suffering. It is totally natural, but we are beyond both. We are beyond both. One last chanting together. Prakasha kriya sthiti shilam bhutendriyatmakam bhoga pavargartham Drishyam. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.